Good morning and welcome to the morning edition of NBT World Brief. I'm Suraphan Lautharanarit. Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul will return to Hat Yai today as the government finalizes urgent funding for relief, compensation and recovery in flood-hit southern provinces. The Prime Minister is scheduled to return to Hat Yai today to oversee relief distribution and ensure compensation reaches flood victims as quickly as possible. He said the financial package includes debt moratoriums, emergency loans, tax relief, and fast-tracked insurance payouts. Provincial disaster funds are also being expanded to 100 million baht per province. Mr. Anutin stressed that the government is prioritizing direct assistance and economic support for residents, small businesses, and the local private sector. The goal is to accelerate relief measures as water begins to recede, especially in Hat Yai district of Songkhla.
วันนี้ได้มาเนี่ยก็เน้นในเรื่องของการให้การดำเนินการเหล่านี้เกิดขึ้นโดยเร็วที่สุดนะครับผมก็จะมันมีทั้งมาตรการทางด้านการช่วยเหลือทางด้านการเงินด้วยเรื่องของการลดหย่อนภาษีนะครับการคิดงดพักชำระหนี้นะครับแล้วก็การให้สินเชื่อที่ไม่มีดอกเบี้ยนะครับเพื่อซ่อมแซมบ้านเรือนร้านค้าฟื้นฟูนะครับแล้วก็การที่จะลดในค่าใช้จ่ายต่างๆในการดำรงชีวิตของพี่น้องประชาชนในพื้นที่ที่เกิดเหตุให้มากที่สุดเท่าที่จะทำได้
The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation reports that severe monsoon conditions continue to inundate large parts of southern Thailand, affecting more than 3 million people across multiple provinces. The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation reported that as of now, flood conditions persist in 9 provinces: Surat Thani, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Trang, Phattalung, Satun, Songkhla, Pattani, Yala, and Narathiwat, impacting almost 1.1 million households and more than 3 million people. Meanwhile, the Meteorological Department forecasts that waves in the Gulf of Thailand and offshore areas of the upper Andaman Sea remain moderate, reaching around 2 meters and may exceed 2 meters during thunderstorms. Authorities are urging all vessels to navigate with caution and avoid storm-affected areas. In the 24-hour forecast, rainfall in the lower south is expected to ease, though scattered thunderstorms will continue, driven by the prevailing moderate northeastern monsoon. Mariners in both the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea are advised to stay vigilant and avoid sailing near areas of thunderstorms. The government's Emergency Operations Center has confirmed the latest death toll from the southern floods as authorities accelerate relief, identity verification, and compensation measures. The government's Flood Emergency Operations Center has confirmed 85 deaths linked to the disaster, with 55 directly caused by flooding and 30 from other causes. Officials expressed condolences to the families of the victims, saying the numbers were verified by the Ministry of Public Health. The government has now approved 2 million baht in funeral assistance for each victim. Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul has also instructed agencies to expedite identity verification to prevent discrepancies in reporting. According to the center, more than 4,000 urgent assistance requests were received through Traffic Fondue, Hat Yai flood platforms, and call centers. So far, 87% of cases have been resolved. Authorities have delivered over 10,000 meal sets to people still unable to leave their homes, with capacity to scale up production to 60,000 meals per day. Water levels are projected to drop below riverbanks in all areas, but officials say drainage must continue quickly to reopen roads as many vehicles remain submerged. Additional pumps, trucks, and pickup vehicles are still needed to speed up the operation. The center emphasized transparency, urging the public not to be confused by differing casualty figures, and stressed that there is no attempt to downplay or inflate numbers. Once immediate relief is completed, agencies will shift to recovery and rehabilitation, dividing responsibilities by zone to restore infrastructure and public utilities as quickly as possible. Songkhla's Forensic Science Center reports that at least 100 bodies have been brought in from the week-long floods as emergency teams work to identify the victims. The commander of Forensic Science Regional Center 9, Police Major General Panu Pitaya Vedvivat, says at least 100 bodies have been brought to the Department of Forensic Medicine at the Faculty of Medicine, Prince of Songkhla University. Each case must undergo identity verification before the bodies can be released to families for religious rites. National Police Chief Police General Gittarat Panpet has ordered forensic experts from the Police General Hospital to assist with autopsy work, while medical personnel support ongoing patient evacuation missions. Songkhla Nakarin Hospital at the Prince of Songkhla University has been designated as the central receiving point for all recovered bodies. Rescue teams are instructed to deliver victims there for proper documentation, ensuring no duplication and enabling accurate compensation procedures. Public Health Minister Pattana Prompat says that as water levels recede, volunteer rescue groups from multiple agencies will gain greater access to neighborhoods, raising the likelihood of discovering additional victims. He urges all rescue teams to follow the government's protocol and transport any bodies found to the designated center for registration. The Department of Mental Health is sending crisis response teams to southern provinces to support flood survivors coping with stress and trauma. The Department of Mental Health has deployed 6 MCAT, or Mental Health Crisis Assessment and Treatment teams, to assist communities affected by severe flooding in southern Thailand. They will work alongside emergency medical units, including the Medical Emergency Response Team and the Special Health Emergency Response Team. Their mission is to provide emotional support, psychological first aid, and stress management guidance, especially within evacuation centers over the next 2 weeks. Officials say priority will be given to vulnerable groups, including bedridden patients, the elderly, children, and people with pre-existing mental health conditions. During operations, MCAT teams will monitor those at risk of psychological distress, assess acute stress reactions, provide immediate counseling, and coordinate referrals when needed. They will also advise residents on coping strategies to manage anxiety and emotional strain. The department has also activated its 24-hour mental health hotline 1323, offering continuous support to anyone feeling overwhelmed by the crisis. The Department of Airports is assessing flood impacts on southern airports and outlining future upgrades for better protection of key facilities from severe weather. Speaking at the anniversary event of the Department of Airports, Director General Danai Rungson confirmed that flooding has affected 28 southern airports, including Hat Yai Airport, but all remain operational except Narathiwat Airport, where part of a taxiway has been temporarily closed due to overflow. To assist affected residents, the airports have prepared logistic zones for loading and distributing relief supplies. Inside terminals, passengers are being provided with food, drinking water, and support for commercial flight connections. The Department of Airports has already reinforced flood defenses by inspecting drainage systems, building levees, and installing additional pumping systems. Looking ahead, Danai said the department plans to convert its airports into closed flood-resistant systems with water barriers and internal canals to better withstand future disasters.
ใน อนาคตต่อไปเนี่ยเราก็จะมีแผนที่จะทำท่าอากาศยานของกรมท่าอากาศยานให้เป็นระบบปิดนะครับมีคันกั้นน้ำแล้วก็มีคลองภายในครับสภาพปัจจุบันเนี่ยท่าอากาศยานทั้ง 28 แห่งของกรมท่าอากาศยานไม่ได้รับความเสียหายจากน้ำท่วมนะครับยังสามารถเปิดให้บริการได้ปกติทุกท่าอากาศยานครับอากาศยานของกรมท่าอากาศยานก็เตรียมความพร้อมไว้ในกรณีภัยพิบัตินะครับเราก็มีท่าอากาศยานในการลำเลียงสิ่งของบรรเทาทุกข์สิ่งเครื่องมือต่างๆเนี่ยเพื่อลงท่าอากาศยานได้ครับ
And that is all for our morning edition of NBT World Brief. You can stay updated with the latest developments and more stories by simply scanning the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, สวัสดีครับ